Coming up next, veteran South Florida mortgage banker Bob Zielinski, who made a gutsy move to help launch Academy Mortgage Company in the face of a tanking real estate market. And in an interview taped earlier, I asked Bob what Academy was all about.
Academy Mortgage is a mortgage banking firm. They're based out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Our primary job is to provide mortgages to the public across the United States of America.
Wow. But you're primarily in South Florida here, from Vero Beach to Lauderdale.
That is correct. We came into the South Florida market about 18 months ago. The company felt that it would be a good opportunity to break into the Florida market here in South Florida. And there was an opportunity to help the public through the situation that we're all in right now in the housing market.
This has got to be really a unique situation, because 18 months ago we were in the tank. It was a disaster down here, and you guys said, hey, we're coming in anyway, right? That's terrific.
That's right. And a lot of people said to me at the time, because I came from a very large bank in the local market, and I opted to not stay in the banking side of the business and go to a non-bank company that I felt we were more nimble and we could help the public in getting through the issues that we're all tackling right now.
Yeah. Well, speaking of that, you're 28 years down here in South Florida, and you're really a pro in the mortgage business. You worked for Fidelity Federal here in West Palm, which went through two.
Fidelity is now a legacy firm of the local bank, PNC Bank.
Yeah, PNC, and, which used to be, then it was National City, and then boom, boom.
That's right. And, you know, there's just been so many changes in the banking side with the names, and unfortunately, through this housing crisis that we've gone through, the banks with all their mergers and acquisitions have really, it's really hurt the public, and I took the position that I would rather be with a firm that was more nimble, more able to close loans quickly for the public and help them through this.
Well, listen, are you guys being out from Utah, you're privately owned, how's the balance sheet?
Our balance sheet is very, very strong. We are one of the strongest correspondent mortgage bankers in the United States. We were just recently ranked the #1 mortgage banker by CoreLogic for the first 6 months of 2010.
Okay, but you're privately owned, right?
We are. Okay. We are privately owned, and that's actually, in this environment, probably a good thing.
Well, listen, okay, in this environment, I'm going to ask you the #1 question. Are you making any loans? Absolutely.
We are making loans, and we're making a lot of them. This year here in South Florida, we will probably end up funding over $100 million in new home mortgage loans.
Wow, that's terrific.
We'll probably end up helping, probably over 500 families to acquire a home here in South Florida.
All right, well, right now I'm going to put up your website, your telephone number, in case anybody's looking for a mortgage, which has been really tough down there in South Florida to get a mortgage. Plus, here's another thing I want to ask you. Do you handle foreclosures and short sales?
We do, Dave, and we're obviously, because we're lending new money on these homes that are entangled in these short sales, and it's challenging because a lot of these homes, when you have a mortgage on a home today, it's very complex because the mortgage itself has been spliced and diced, and it's been sold to people who live in Iceland, people who live in China, people who live in New York. There's different investors who are attached to each one of these loans that is on your home, and that makes it more complex because when you're doing a short sale, you have to get each one of these investors to buy off on the new price that the home is being sold for.
Do you handle refinancing for?
We do, and the good thing is that rates are at historic lows right now. Family budgets need to save money, and if you're able to refinance your home, because it is challenging right now because a lot of these homes, unfortunately, the mortgage to the value of the home is upside down. But for those folks out there who are able to do it, they are saving quite a bit of money because of rates being at historic lows.
Absolutely, boy. Now, if you're not underwater, if you got some equity in there, and you still have a mortgage, now is the time to refinance without a doubt.
It is,
and you can handle stuff like that.
We can handle it, and we're doing a lot of that also. But as I mentioned, it is a challenge for some folks out there because of the equity to value of the home.
Well, listen, Bob Zaleski, I want you to thank you very much for being here.
My pleasure.
And I want to thank your company and tell the people out in Salt Lake City, Utah, that God bless them and welcome to South Florida.
Well, thank you very much, and it was a pleasure.
All righty, Bob.
Thank you.
All right. And stay with us. We'll return right after these words.